Hi everybody, it's Jemiah here. This is the first ever video I'm doing, and the title of the video is The Real Reason That Celebrities Are Finished. Well, let's get into it. The real reason is that times have moved on. There was once a time when celebrities were revered like gods because that's all people had. Back in the 80s and 90s, you had a few channels, you had some magazines, you had glossy photographs, and anything they said or did was not able to be questioned because there was no one to question it and no one to tell us that otherwise. They could say anything and people would just consider them right or godlike. Fast forward to now, they started to use this thing called Twitter to sort of get their message out and use the opportunity to be woke and to virtue signal. But what they didn't expect to happen was to have the instrument of their virtue be twisted on themselves. Now, everybody's questioning everything these people are saying, and that's just the beginning. I remember when it got particularly potent right around when Leonardo DiCaprio started banging on about the environment. And then, as he did that, he went up there, dapper, talking in this sort of calm, collected, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a celebrity. I've done a lot of charity dinners. I know what's going on. Let me inform you of what's going on. That was the one. I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back, because what people were doing after that was going, well, hold on a minute, let's take a look into holier than thou Leonardo DiCaprio. And of course they found out that this gentleman had broken, let's say, environmental protocols quite heavily with his mates and parties, and also taking private jets and whatnot to where he was going. And I remember watching this, because I've been watching all this for a while. That's why I thought it's time for me to talk, because I've been watching for years now, and I've been watching as things been changing, and a lot of people have missed a lot of stuff, and I thought it would be remiss of me not to share my thoughts about all of that. And people started to get up on Twitter and started to go, oh my God, who the hell does this guy think he is? And they started to pull out all these examples of him going wrong. And then, of course, Ricky Gervais broke the vase, didn't he? The vase. Ricky Gervais broke it, really. And then that happened. And then a load of other celebrities, they really struggled with this. They really struggled with how to deal with the fact they were having the piss taken out of them, and they were getting called out for their bullshit for the first time ever. They came across and they would be in interviews like, oh, I'm so humbled and I love the people and I love the fans. And we all know that behind the scenes, and I'm generalizing, but I would say a vast majority of them this way. They're like, oh, I'm so humble, and but behind the scenes, they turn out to be assholes, they turn out to be tyrants, they turn out to be hypocrites, and that one in particular gets me. That's the one that grinds my gears, because they are busy telling us all how to be and how to act, and calling everyone an ist and a phobe and a this and that and the other. And then, only then, when they were called out. And the problem is they squeezed too hard. Remember what the theme is they squeezed too hard, because after they talked about being an ist and a phobe, people started to fight back. There's only so many times you can tell people, look, you're bad, do what I tell you, before they fight back. Now, what the celebrities have managed to do is they've managed to virtue signal themselves into irrelevancy, because people started to answer back and started to go, I'm sorry, mate, I like you in your film, but I don't need you telling me how to live my life. And this now has happened in sports world, this has happened in politics, this has happened particularly in acting and music. Music's an interesting one, because with music, you've got all of this kind of, there's a weird thing with sorry about that. It's a weird thing with music, because if music's meant to be art that can be made or interpreted any way you like, it seems to me it's gotten away with some sort of like freebie, particularly rap music. I mean, white men, etc., have been told off now for the last 3-4 years for being toxic and whatnot. Yet, if you were to read some of the rap lyrics that come out, and they get a free pass, in actual fact, they get awards, because Whitey wouldn't dare go up against them. And I can say that, because I'm a bit of both, and I can say what I want, because I'm both. Anyway, you see all this And it's like, oh, hold on, it's one rule for one thing and one rule for another. And what I love is that the people on the left have been virtue signaling and trying to push this, you are bad, you are bad, you are bad, you must do what I tell you. And they expected people to buy this and to accept it like a bunch of sheep. Well, they're not. They're not accepting a lot of things at the moment. So I'm going to continue this rant in due course. So I just like to get started. This is the first bit of why celebrities are irrelevant and why they're finished, and the wide implications to that in general. Thanks for listening to my first ever video, podcast video thing, and I'll see you around. Bye.